So, Blake, I know in this episode we're going to be talking about a lot of underperforming players this season, but if there's one major club that's been like the number one underperformer this year, who is that? Pound for pound.
Liverpool.
Yeah, I had a feeling you'd say that.
It's Liverpool, and there isn't a single doubt in my mind that that's
Tottenham?
a team. Ah, shit.
The Italian national team? I guess it's not a club.
Well, it's not underperforming. That's exactly what I would have expected from that nation. It's what I expect from that league. It's Serie A's agenda, man. It's just like Blake is never wrong. He's just early, bro.
There was a 7-goal thriller in the Serie A yesterday between Inter and Roma, and
yeah, goals are going to be scored, okay?
and we're not talking about
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. The goals are going to be scored. It's fine. Underperforming team, I think, has to be Liverpool, just expectations. I still think Tottenham will stay up. I still think they will. Deserbi in. Good for you guys.
Oh my God, we have that.
We have a lot to talk about, yeah. But I think Liverpool, considering all of what happened last year and the expectations of bringing in everyone that they did bring in, sure, they had a lot of injuries, a lot of injuries, but I don't know. So was everyone.
I guess so. Obviously, today, ladies and gentlemen, we will be delving into the players that have been underperforming the most, flop 11, underperforming 11, however you want to name it. We're going to be talking about that later in the episode. If you're watching on YouTube, you can skip ahead to that. There should be like a little time mark, maybe on the audio platforms as well, depending on how fancy we get with it. But first, welcome back to the podcast, ladies and gentlemen. It's myself, Julian. I'm here joined by Blake. Say hello.
Hi.
We are talking about his club bowing out of yet another competition. That's 2 in 3 episodes, right?
Yeah, probably.
Wow. We're talking about the La Liga title race being just about over. We're talking about this man behind me a little bit. We are talking about Liverpool, a big underperforming club, of course, going out of the FA Cup as well in a very, very embarrassing fashion. And we can talk about a little bit about the Zerbi as well. We haven't potted since Italy went out of World Cup qualification.
Since Poland went out.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I was thinking about my girlfriend. I mean, shout out Serena. She lent me the jacket.
True.
I'm going to buy it from her. But both her countries went out in the space of an hour. She's half Polish, half Italian.
I'm sure she was heartbroken.
She was very heartbroken.
Yeah.
Why are you rolling your eyes?
Because, bro, like, this is what I mean, bro. This is why the Italy thing, when everyone was like swapping the jerseys, like, I get it. It's all fun and games, but international footy just brings all the bandwagons, and that's okay. Like, I get
talking about the bandwagons, bro.
It's okay, bro.
When it's World Cup season, everybody taps into football.
I guess
everybody does. A lot more people than you expect are country over club, and that's what she is, and that's completely fine.
Country over. She's a follow club.
She's a Juventus fan,
bro.
She is.
Be so for real.
She is.
She's I love Sarita.
She's a United fan.
Anyway, but fair. It is sad. It was sad for me.
Like, she was genuinely devastated. She's going to be very upset hearing this from me.
Fair. I'm not trying to hate on Serena. I'm just trying to hate on, like, the subject of international football as a whole, I guess. But it was sad. Victor Gyökeres broke my heart, man.
Yeah.
I still love him, though. Like, what am I expecting him to do? Not score?
I will never forget the fact that Italy was on the brink of elimination against Northern Ireland. There were a couple of massive other games, including your country, Poland, in a do-or-die game as well. And this man, Blake, was texting the group chat about Victor Gyökeres bagging a hat trick against, who was it again? Ukraine?
Sure, that sounds right.
Against Ukraine. What are we doing,
bro? He's gross, bro. He's gross.
You are very club over country, and I respect that.
Yeah.
But when you take the very, very niche club agendas into international footy, I lose my fucking mind, dude. I lose it. Do you want to start at Arsenal?
Yeah, we can. I like, they're gonna lose everything. I'm going into every game expecting just.
Well, I was gonna tip my hat to Victor Gyökeres a little bit because he came on and he scored a goal.
A good goal, to be fair.
I was gonna say as well, no, considering all the players that basically had 2 weeks off, left their camps early to come back to Arsenal, I would have expected at least a couple more names on your bench, but they didn't even make the squad. So I was a little confused. Maybe the injuries were genuine.
Well, they were, bro. Like, obviously. Why would they not make the squad? Like, is the FA gonna sanction Mikel Arteta and Arsenal for doing that shit? No, bro. Like,
do you think, like, obviously if Declan Rice is injured for the Sporting game, that's another thing because that's like really serious.
Yeah.
But if he makes the squad, which I'm pretty damn certain he will, are you upset that he didn't make the trip out to St. Mary's?
No, I don't care. Like, I don't. The sentiment of us losing the FA Cup doesn't really bother me. Because even if we won, let's say we won the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup this year, I would still probably want massive changes if that was the only 2 trophies we won this season.
Yeah.
So the fact that we didn't win them is not as bad as the fashion that we actually lost each of the games that we lost in those cups. The Carabao Cup performance was disgracefully bad. This performance against Southampton, equally just as awful. That's what's concerning.
Yeah.
And cup competitions in a big game, despite us having a weaker team against Southampton, that's what's concerning, was the fact that the performance was devout of emotion, devout of character, devout of drive to be great.
Yeah.
That's what I lacked. I lacked the drive to be special, to be great, to really take the game to Southampton. That's what's concerning. The sentiment of losing the FA Cup, not winning the FA Cup in this season, I could honestly not really give a shit. Give it to City again. I don't care. They can
I get it.
They can have their domestic double and whatever.
It's a red flag, though.
Yeah, it's not good. It's not good, but I don't know. I'm not...
Like, the truth is, the team on the field this day is more than good enough to beat Southampton.
Yeah.
And, like, I think it's a different vibe than the City loss because it's not your full-strength team. There's not as much from the performance to really take as, like, massive red flags because you can't really take that much out of it since it's not the main team.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. That is 2 losses on the bounce now, heading into a crucial Sporting tie. You should be fine, again, because it's fucking Sporting, you lucky bastards. And you're probably going to be fine in the league. But...
the league is the thing that's really stressing me out, bro.
The league, you're going to be fine in.
Because City are firing on all cylinders again. They're all horned up for each other, feeling great. And then, I don't know, it's
a weird way to put it.
Arsenal's just there. Their attack has been shit the entire season, so they can't bail them out when they're not playing well. The defense has looked shaky at times. Ben White should probably never see a football pitch in an Arsenal shirt again. That performance, oh my God, after just getting called up for England, that's what you fucking put on?
That's brutal.
Oh my, it was garbage. It was garbage.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even know he had that in him. It was just such a weird game. And I was just disappointed that the lads are doing it again. And I know it's in 2 competitions that don't necessarily matter to the main goal. But the fact that they're doing this shit again shows this mentality, shows this archetype of them as players, of being losers, of being bottlers. It just fits the narrative. And until they change it, until they win a trophy, including Mikel Arteta, that narrative and that description of the team is not going to change.
I understand. Yeah. I think a lot of players on the field right now, if you want to call them bottlers, I see a lot of names here that you would have more associated with the Arsenal starting 11 2-3 years ago. Maybe has a little bit more of that DNA, like Ben White in particular, Gabriel Jesus, even Havertz, even Odegaard, even Martinelli. You can make an argument.
Hey, Gabriel Jesus, thank you for your service, but it's done. It's over. Gabriel Jesus is done at Arsenal.
Yeah,
his time is done. His little trickery, his purple patches, absolutely finished. He's been a great servant. He was one of the first bigger signings that started our catapult to try and win trophies again. It's done. The fact that you and Antoine ever thought that he was one of the best strikers at the team, more Antoine per se.
Yeah.
Disgraceful. He's done. And that's okay. That is okay. We don't need him anymore, but he needs to go this summer. He's dead weight to the club. He's making way too much money for the performances on the pitch. He's done. He's done. I'm done with him. I don't want to see him in an Arsenal jersey again. I don't.
Are you done with Odegaard?
No.
Are you done with Miles Lewis Skelly?
Oh, wow. The Odegaard thing is interesting because you have gotten on my ass, and so has Antoine, for defending him. And I actually didn't hate his performance in this game. I thought he was actually trying to do stuff, and he does add something different. But he has a chance in the 30th minute. It's a cutback. It's the easiest shot. It's his shot. In 2022, when he was firing on all cylinders, he scored that goal 10 times out of 10.
Yeah.
And he fluffed his lines. And I'm like, I don't know. There's something wrong. Eze has been such a great signing, and I need him back. And I'm trying to find the picture in training. There was a bunch of people. No, there's a bunch of people missing in the training pictures, which I'm trying to find.
Okay.
But you can keep going with your thing.
Look, do you think you're going to be fine against Sporting?
I think Arsenal are fine against Sporting. I'm not overly worried. I think we might have a shitty first game in Portugal. I don't think that's out of the question, but I don't think we'll go in losing. A draw maybe, but...
Yeah. And again, I think in the league, you're going to be fine. To lose the league you need to completely capitulate, and City need to win all their games, including the one against you. I don't see both of those things happening. Maybe one of those things will happen. Maybe City go on a good little run, continue their good form as of late, but I don't think you'll drop enough points to bottle it. Maybe you will be dropping a lot of points, but the City are pretty keen on that as well as of late in the Premier League, so I can see them doing that as well. It's very, very hit or miss, and I think both of those things happening are very, very, very unlikely. I'm more concerned for you in the Champions League when you get to the semifinals and beyond. Because, again, we go back more to the City performance and talking about that conversation. That is more of the concern. I'm not... Again, there are red flags, I guess you can say, in this Southampton game, but also when your full starting 11 is up. I guess there's just not much you can take from the Southampton loss because it's not just it's not the A crew in that game. You know?
But it's still just unfortunate. But
How much of this is on Arteta?
I think most of both cup losses are on him.
Yeah, I agree.
It's his fault. If Arteta doesn't win a trophy this year, he needs to be sacked.
Yeah, but I think he's going to. I think you guys are going to coast to a Prem.
But if like, let me see it. Let me hold it in my hands. Let me feel the joy. Because if want to talk about ifs, what if he doesn't? What if he doesn't? What if he bottles the league with 9 points and 7 games to go?
Yeah, but it's very likely that you can just put on mid performances the rest of the year, continue up with your poor form in April of the past couple of years, and you'll still win the Prem.
Yeah,
you know, you can be very mediocre the rest of the year and still come out with a major.
Yeah, hopefully.
No, it's very, very, very likely.
I'm glad you.
It'd be a choke on like epic proportions.
Yeah, and it's possible.
It's possible. Nothing's impossible. Nothing is impossible.
So, yeah. Shout out Southampton, bro. You guys are scumbags. You're obsessed with. Everyone's obsessed with beating Arsenal. Like, no, it literally is.
The shithousery from Southampton. Oh, I love it.
Like,
I love it.
Call me a whiny Arsenal fan, whatever. Like the fact you're quoting a documentary from like 4 years ago. That's what you're doing. Like
you're a little
you're
salty.
that
you're
upset.
Salty,
obviously, I'm salty. We lost, but that's what you're quoting from 4 years ago. Idiots, man.
See the "Let It All Work Out" clip. See the little TikTok they posted of their goal with "Let It All Work Out."
No, I didn't because why the fuck do I care about Southampton, bro? Fucking worry about making the promotion playoff.
Bro, they quoted one of your fans saying, "Enjoy the quadruple." It has 350,000.
This is what
likes.
I'm saying. You know what?
Oh my
Hey, kudos
God.
to the social media managers who understand that shitting on Arsenal, narrative on Arsenal, being funny when Arsenal loses, that gets clicks. I'm proud of you. You've done a good job identifying like one of the most easiest clickbait tactics in sport. Good job.
You gotta be embarrassed, bro.
I'm not embarrassed. I don't
You
fucking
have to be
care.
embarrassed.
It's fucking Southampton. I don't
Nice
give a
kick
shit.
about with the boys.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying.
It's 4
years ago.
Southampton have had your number the last few years.
Sure, bro. Whatever. Take your FA Cup.
That little 3-3 draw in 22-23, you know what I'm talking about. And that was right before Sporting.
Yeah, when we didn't. That was the one we almost got Champions League, or the one no, that was the league. I can't remember.
You were in the Europa League that year, and you went out to Sporting, and that's the year that you were
trying to win
the Premier League by like 8 or 9 points, and then you choked the City. That's the game that like.
Hey man, history might repeat itself. Can't wait for you guys to laugh at my face when it does.
It probably won't. It probably won't. But yeah, big shout out to the Southampton social media manager. Kudos from two creators to another. Shout out.
Let's move on.
All right, let's cheer you up. Let's talk about Liverpool just for a little bit.
It doesn't even cheer me up, bro.
This is not going to cheer you up?
Well, because it's City. Like, it's not like... It's just the lesser of two evils. Like...
Liverpool lose 4-0 against Man City. Are Man City back?
Yeah, man. I'm terrified. I'm terrified. They're going to go on their run. They're going to win every game until the end of the season.
They're not back.
They're back, bro.
Nah, they're not back. I feel like this is the cycle that we've been following Man City with like every single month. They go on a good little run of form. Oh my God, they're back. They beat a big team. Oh my God, they're back. And then they drop points and drop points and drop points again. I'm still seeing the same kind of issues from Man City that I've been seeing all season. It's just one, Haaland has learned how to header a ball and he's finishing his chances. Good hat trick from him. We'll get on to that. And then, as well, when other people are contributing to the goals and they're creating chances and it's free flowing and they're actually burying the shit and not making the stupid decision of benching Ryan Cherky, then it's working out. So I think that's exactly what we saw on Saturday against Liverpool. And then Liverpool had their own issues as well. You know, this is not just Man City being excellent. This is also Liverpool being the Liverpool that we've known and come to love this season, which is them being absolute hogwash.
What a fucking embarrassment, bro.
Yeah.
What an absolute embarrassment of a football club. Like, genuinely. Like, genuinely deep it.
I know you're happy to see it.
Like, I am a little happy, bro. And, like, Ryan's not here, so Salah, another stinker, bro. No shit, he's leaving, bro. Like, it's about damn time, my boy. It's about damn time. Like, it's just, I don't know. There's so much talent. The fact that they show up in a game of this magnitude, which kind of like, in a position that they're in, a trophy like this saves their season a little bit.
Yeah.
A trophy like this gives you something. You remember when you won the FA Cup and you guys finished really low? Like, it was really nice.
Yeah.
It was a good moment.
It was a good kind of, I don't know, you're always as good as your last game, right?
True,
It's
yeah.
always like the last memory.
Yeah.
Like when you go into a summer, it's always, what was that last game? Like? You know, Inter Milan had a fantastic end to last season, but that 5-0 loss in the Champions League final, like spoiled their entire summer.
And then they lost the league.
Spoiled their Club World Cup, like spoiled everything. You know, those last couple of weeks turned a great historic season into an absolutely embarrassment.
Yeah.
And that's what's happening. Well, I mean, they could have saved it here, Liverpool, if they won the FA Cup. But now there's reports going out that it wasn't really on the priority list of Arne Slot and the board of Liverpool as well. Their priority remains making Champions League.
I mean, that's probably right.
They now go to the Parc des Princes, and I'm hearing now from reports that even like a UCL win doesn't really change the outlook on how successful of a season this is, which is weird to me. But their absolute number one, top of the agenda priority is making the Champions League this season.
Yeah.
Which kind of tells you where like the finances are of like winning the Champions League versus just like making it. But anyways, I digress. This isn't like massive in terms of like the board of Liverpool being on absolute fire, sound the alarm, everything. It's very similar to, you know, your outlook on the Southampton game. Like, it's the FA Cup. It'd be great to win. It's not the end of the world to lose. It's more the manner of how they lost it to the team that they did lose it to that is ringing some alarm bells, rightfully so, I think. It's just, yeah. It's Salah, again, like you said, absolute embarrassment. And Ekitike missed a good chance as well. The only kind of gripe I have with the sort of narrative is I'm seeing all this discourse about, oh, what happens now to Arne Slot? I feel like it shouldn't be a debate about whether Arne Slot stays in as Liverpool manager this season. It is such a simple conversation. Sack him, bring in Xabi Alonso, play the blockbuster football that he had at Bayer Leverkusen, and you move on.
It's
so simple.
It's A plus B sometimes equals C. You know what I mean?
Bro.
Like, you don't have to overthink it. You really don't.
There's no nuance to this conversation. Maybe there'd be a little bit more if there was no Xabi Alonso on the market. You know, who do we bring in to replace Arne Slot? Do we just stick it out with him? There are a bunch of different elements that have created this sort of really turbulent Liverpool season, obviously. But I feel like it's so simple.
Yeah.
You wanted Xabi Alonso before he went to Real Madrid. He's now available. Go and get him.
Yeah.
Go and get him. Wipe your hands clean of Arne Slot. He can go on to a different job. Bring in Xabi Alonso with a lot of core pieces from that Leverkusen team as well. Let's not forget.
Yeah.
And fucking cook, man.
I'm with you, bro.
Anyways,
I'm with you.
Yeah, I'm seeing so much debate from Liverpool fans whether they should stick with Arne Slot. And I think it's stupid.
Yeah, it's
idiotic. So simple.
Sometimes just change in general can just incite a mindset shift, incite a fire under your ass. Like, going into an off season where you've just capitulated in almost every aspect. It's been a hard season physically. You know, the points on the board haven't been there. Emotionally, it's been hard for them. So, like, maybe a change is what they need.
Yeah.
And obviously, the change that is the obvious one to make also would be pretty beneficial looking at it from a broad perspective.
Yeah, so. But I mean, it goes beyond that. You know, on the Liverpool side, like, Van Dijk had a stinker of a game. He was horrible on Saturday. If I'm Liverpool, like, obviously you need to bring in a center back, and if there's one center back you need to replace in that starting 11, it is Konate. Yeah. I wouldn't rule out replacing Van Dijk this summer.
Yeah.
he was horrendous against Man City. And he's been very, very topsy-turvy this entire season.
Yeah.
He's getting up there in age. Obviously, we've seen from last season to this season how age can hit you like a truck, like with Mo Salah. And I feel like it's already starting to hit Van Dijk this season. And next season, I very much foresee it being even worse.
Yeah.
He's 34 years of age.
That's crazy.
He's only going to get worse. He's way beyond the hill.
Van Dijk's 34.
He's
bro.
34
That's crazy,
years
bro.
old.
That's actually wild.
I'd be very worried about having to replace him very, very soon. Obviously, Konate has been very poor this year, but there's maybe even an argument that you should think about replacing Van Dijk first out of the two.
Sure.
Just because of age.
Sure.
Anyways, on the City side, I want to shout out James Trafford as well.
Sure.
He was
great signing for City, dude. Wow. He's literally going to leave next year, so it doesn't really matter.
I don't know.
He's so gone next year.
It depends. Depends what Donnarumma wants to do.
You think Donnarumma's
They might pull a Dean Henderson on him and just loan him out year after year with James Trafford, but I don't know.
James Trafford starts for almost every Premier League team.
Yeah.
Besides
100%.
Arsenal, Liverpool, City.
Yeah. Hey, maybe with Liverpool, since Alisson is going to leave soon and Mamardashvili, from the limited pieces we've seen of him, isn't really the product that we thought he'd be, could be a little buy.
Maybe.
Could be a buy.
Sure.
Anyways, anything else to add to this game?
No.
From your perspective, it's a very much the same.
Doku's still
narrative.
shit, bro.
Who?
Doku is still shit. He's fucking garbage, bro. They do nothing. The City wingers do nothing besides Semenyo. Semenyo's obviously gross.
Ryan Cherky was very good as well.
And Ryan Cherky's
I want to
good.
shout him as well.
Yeah.
I saw a tweet that his content per 90 is very, very high with how much that he brings to the timeline. Like him putting on Ekitike's shirt on the bench. He had a moment where he was trying to be fancy with the ball, and then he kicked it forward by accident. He went, whoa.
You know what? I saw it was a Twitter post or TikTok post saying that Cherky has a really punchable face, and people are starting to dislike the arrogance of Cherky, and it's.
Oh, and you're there for that.
I don't hate the sentiment. I don't.
Well, no shit, because
I don't.
Bro, he fucking head topped you guys.
Yeah, 100%. But it's okay, bro. I like when the truth is coming free. That's what's good.
He dunked on you. I'm not surprised.
Bro, shut up. It's fine.
That
You know
video
who hasn't dunked on United? No one, because they don't play for 25 days.
He hasn't dunked on United.
Yeah, because
he came to Old Trafford last season still playing for Lyon. He scored. He told the Old Trafford crowd to shush, and then we pulled off one of the most historic comebacks in the history of European competition.
Right.
And we embarrassed him, sent him home crying.
How did that?
He came back on a podcast this year for Man City, and he said how excited he is to go to Old Trafford, play Man United, and absolutely embarrass them, and then we smacked them up in early Jan.
And how did that final go, Julian?
Ryan Cherky wasn't there.
Oh my
Ryan
god!
Cherky wasn't there.
All right, fucking Buffon. This is bullshit.
I'd much rather be United's situation than Spurs's. I'm gonna say that.
Okay, fair.
I'd much rather have the past 365 days of United.
Fair.
All right.
Fair.
We move. Shall we move to La Liga?
Yeah, let's do it, bro. My favorite league.
Blake's
guys.
area of expertise, some
My
may
favorite
say.
league, guys.
I want to say first, the big headline is that the La Liga title race is over, guys. It is now a 7-point gap. Barcelona now leads by. We'll get into their game against Atleti a little bit second. But I think first, we need to talk about Real Madrid's loss away at Mallorca. Oh, and it was embarrassing.
Hasta la vida loca, 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 loca. Sorry. Mallorca just makes me think of that song. I think it's called Mallorca. Is that song called Mallorca? Anyway, sorry.
This game starts out tight. Mbappe has a sort of hat trick of chances, saved by Leo Roman. With this Mallorca keeper has a reputation of always turning up against Real Madrid and Barcelona. It is inhuman.
This is a song. You know what song I'm talking about?
I don't.
Well, I'm not gonna play it.
You could play it.
Okay. Well, copyright, but
We're
anyway.
not monetized. It's okay.
Oh yeah, I guess.
It's what revenue are we missing out on?
I guess, bro. But anyway, keep going while it loads.
Anyways, Mbappe has a hat trick of missed chances. It was.
Oh, this is not the song I was thinking of, but this song also is good. Mallorca. Anyway, sorry. I'll shut up.
Mallorca took the 1-0 lead. It was Morlans, I believe is how you say his name. But it was Camavinga that lost him in the midfield, and it was a horrible goal to concede. Horrible goal. And then it took until the 88th minute for Real Madrid to tie it up. It was Eder Militao on his return to Real Madrid.
Militao!
Off a corner, off a Trent cross. And 88th minute, Real Madrid players go and grab the ball. It's like, okay, we can come back now. It's finally, we can go and win this. And then Marici wins it a couple minutes later for Mallorca. And it's an absolute embarrassment for Real Madrid.
You're a big Marici guy?
He's had a great season. How many goals is he up to in LaLiga? Can you check?
I can check. Wow. 19. Bro, that's crazy.
I just knew that off the top of my head.
That's crazy.
Because I have LaLiga knowledge.
That's crazy. 19 goals for a 31-year-old from Kosovo. Good for him.
What needs to change at Real Madrid, do you think?
Mbappe needs to come home, bro. That's what needs to change, man.
Home as in
Arsenal, bro. Home as in Arsenal, bro. He wants to follow.
What home is
bro?
Arsenal?
If Mbappe wants to solidify his name in the French stardom, he's literally on the precipice. Okay, what needs to change? He needs to get his bitch ass out of Real Madrid and come to Arsenal. This is what needs to change. And yes, Arsenal agenda because I'm an Arsenal fan. But think about it logically. Whatever's happening at Real Madrid has not worked. It didn't work last year. It hasn't worked for a couple years. It worked when Mbappe wasn't there, essentially. That's when the last time it worked.
Blake, are you sure you'd want him?
Yes. Oh my God. Yes.
Is it
him over Martinelli on the left wing?
No, but he demands to play striker.
Making him.
No. Mick and him is not. Mick and him are not getting along.
Okay,
Mick would either fold or Mick is gone.
Okay.
Martinelli gone.
Fair.
Joker's gone.
Okay,
Everybody
fair.
gone. Saka gone. Everybody's gone.
Look, the real reason it's not working is, I might just come down to what you always say, too many cooks.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the day, doing the same shit over and over again is insanity. Is literally insanity. And you brought in Trent to try and get more creative from the back, and you've had to play the 18-year-old or whatever, the Angel guy, which sucks. And, maybe there's been a lot of injuries and Rodrigo hasn't been there. And Courtois is hurt, but you look at this squad, despite all of that, they should at least be right there with Barcelona, because Barcelona has had their own issues this year, and they're still susceptible to conceding goals. But somehow, some way, week in, week out, there's always something with this Real Madrid team. Yeah. There's no consistency. There's no continuation from one week to the next. It's just a lot of vibes, and the vibes are very volatile.
Yeah. Real Madrid runs their club like a heartbroken man goes back to his ex over and over again. The heartbroken ex in this situation is the Galacticos, is just getting as many star individuals on the pitch. And what this guy should do is get rid of the stars, try to build more of a team instead of just fielding a long list of highly talented individuals, because time and time and time again, that has proven not to work.
Yeah.
And it seemed earlier this season that they were taking the right step in the direction. Let's bring in Xabi Alonso. Let's try to employ a system. If this guy or this guy or this guy insists on starting and wants to create a toxic environment, they're going to be out the team. But the Toxic X won. The players, the Galacticos, won. Xabi Alonso was gone. A yes man in Arbeloa comes in. Every single one of these players now insists on starting whenever they're healthy. We see whenever they're not healthy that the team actually looks better, plays more as a unit, and the results show. And then all these guys are coming back, and it's too many cooks, and it doesn't work. And Real Madrid keep falling into the same delusional trap over and over again. And if I was a Real Madrid fan, this would be driving me bonkers.
Yeah.
I'd be counting the days until Mbappe's contract runs down, or until Vinny decides to leave, or until they move on from Bellingham. Not because any of those guys individually are toxic people or aren't good enough to play for Real Madrid, but just because there's too many of them. It is such a problem at Real Madrid. It is such a delusional way to run your football team. You literally saw the blueprint last year with PSG. They had this same problem. They went through the Mbappe, Neymar, Messi situation where they were too good to fail, but they still failed. You saw that. And you saw how they got rid of those players. They brought in Luis Enrique. They gave the keys to Luis Enrique to build something, to try to actually employ a system, to actually create a team, a side, a tactical system that can blow teams away. And they found the perfect mix of that last season. And they dominated Europe. They smacked Madrid in the Club World Cup. And we thought that bringing in Xabi Alonso, seeing that precedent, they were going to change their ways. But a couple months ago, they said, F that. We're going to go back to the Toxic X, to just letting the Galacticos do whatever they want. And they have no plans for the next manager of Real Madrid, even though Arbeloa right now is a joke. Arbeloa is a joke. Arbeloa has no idea what he's doing. He is a yes man. He folds under the lightest of pressure. He comes to the media every single time, and he does not dare to put any ounce of blame on Mbappe, on Bellingham, on anybody. Anybody. Always he sits there like a loser saying, it is my fault. It is my fault. He refuses to address any of the serious problems because he's scared, because he needs to keep his job. It's so frustrating to see because it's almost like nepotism at this point. A once star of this football team coming in, and he will not budge to the will of the board, the president, and the players. That's exactly who Real Madrid wants, and that's exactly why they're in this shit show. And they deserve it.
Yeah. Hey, man. This is the first time Mbappe started, I think, since their last loss. And look what happened.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I don't want to be that simple-minded, but that's exactly, that's what the results show.
Yeah. Like they were on a good run of form when he was hurt.
If this was October Mbappe, I don't think he misses those hat-trick of chances. Like, Mbappe early in the season was firing on all cylinders. He was breaking records in December. We were talking about him as an early Ballon d'Or favorite. But in this game especially, I don't know what happened. It's not even the fact that he doesn't track back, because obviously that's a problem, which again doesn't get brought up by Arbeloa, but that's besides the point. It's you expect him, you give him the chances. Arda Güler plays him in with a beautiful ball. You expect him to finish. You expect him to produce, to deliver the chances that he is given. But he has not done that today. And again, it is Mbappe late in the season, folding a little bit, hiding a little bit, just kind of losing himself a little bit. I'm at the same time, I am not surprised, but also very, very worried.
Yeah. Mbappe is going to be a weird character throughout his entire career because he's done the World Cup thing, which is the thing that no one does, really. No one gets the World Cup, and he almost did it twice. Yeah. And when he almost did it twice, he scored a hat trick. Mm-hmm. So, like, no one can sort of discredit his big game player ability. Yeah. He's obviously fantastic. I still think he's the most talented player besides Lamine Yamal in football right now.
Yeah.
Like, I really do. But for some reason, over a 38-game season, over a summer to summer regular season of a club football league, it doesn't work, and it hasn't worked.
Yeah.
And I don't know why.
Yeah. Did you hear about the Madrid fan that started?
I did not. So
there were Madrid fans that made a website that just counts down the seconds until Kylian Mbappe's Real Madrid contract expires. The media went to this guy that created it to ask why he did it. And his response was, Kylian Mbappe is the enemy of the people.
Oh, goodness gracious me.
Like, I don't want to say that Mbappe is the only problem in this team. I think there's a way that you could build Real Madrid around Kylian Mbappe. I think there absolutely is. But Mbappe needs to buy into the project. And I think the players on paper may not look as good, but you lean a little bit more on Mbappe and you create a system around it. Mbappe came in last season, shoehorned into the existing Real Madrid system. And it hasn't worked. It hasn't worked. I'm not surprised at all that the Real Madrids feel this way, because there is clearly a line in the sand where Real Madrid was doing their juju and winning the Champions League and coming closer to winning La Liga. And then Mbappe joined expecting history, expecting handfuls of Champions League, expecting to win La Liga easily. Barcelona has exploded into one of, if not the best team in the world at the moment. And Real Madrid has floundered into this shell of what they should be. So I don't blame Madrid fans at all for feeling this way. It's ever ruthless, just as you'd expect from them, but I'm not surprised at all. He is an enemy of the people.
Damn, bro. Well,
and then meanwhile, we talk about Mbappe's performance is kind of dropping off near the end of the season. And in contrast, there's Lamine Yamal, whose performances take a spike near the end of the season.
I mean, I want to go to Barcelona, but
we can go.
I don't want to say that Mbappe's performances go down at the end of the season. Like, I know they have. Last year wasn't good in the Champions League. He ghosted. But like, he's not like Holland, where there's actually a clear route and you see that he just doesn't score. I feel like
well, he doesn't really bring anything else. In terms of obviously, like, he links up the play, he can play on the wing, like, he's tricky, he can dribble, obviously, like, of course. But he is first and foremost a goal threat, because when it comes to the system of the team in terms of like tracking back and playing as one, he certainly does not bring that.
Okay, fair.
So, and I just see the complaints about Mbappe really, really, really ramping up whenever we get to the end of the season, whether that be from PSG fans or now Real Madrid fans.
Fair.
It's a pattern.
Fair.
It's a pattern. It's been there for years.
But Lemon, bro. Wow.
Lamine Yamal is the complete opposite.
Yeah.
Where we get to March, April, May, and Lamine Yamal takes it up a notch. He was talking earlier in the season around like October time, where he saves, he says, I don't remember the Spanish word, but I think it translated to the great lock-in, verbatim, where he almost saves his body to then exert himself more when you get to the business end of the season. And that makes a lot of sense. That's what you saw Ousmane Dembele do last season, where you weren't really seeing like a Ballon d'Or level production from him. But you got to that like midpoint in the season and really ramped it up. And basically the Ballon d'Or case really only starts to open really from January onward.
Yeah.
That's where the big games are. That's where the trophies are won, et cetera, et cetera. And Lamine Yamal is absolutely that kind of player that completely ramps it up. The Champions League semifinals last year, wow. The quarterfinals, wow. The back half of the LaLiga season, where I remember he had the winner against Espanyol in a derby to seal the league with an amazing left-footed curling effort into the top left corner. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
Like week over week over week, it almost felt like last season Lamine Yamal jumped into the Ballon d'Or debates almost unnaturally. But it was because of these big performances in the biggest moments with the most eyes on him that he stole that spotlight from Rafinha almost. And now he's doing that again. Obviously, Rafinha is injured this time, but a massive game against Atleti where you have the chance to go 7 points clear in the Liga, almost essentially end the race. And he didn't even get a goal or assist in this game, but he was fantastic. You see that one clip of him receiving the ball, drops it dead.
Oh my God, and then the pass?
Nutmegged. And then in one
Trivela
motion,
pass?
Trivela passed perfectly into Fermi Lopez's path.
Crazy, bro.
Ridiculous work.
I don't know what I used to think about this guy when I was comparing him to some other players.
Let's say the name. Say the name.
I'm not going to.
Who are you comparing him to?
I'm not going to.
Who are you comparing him to?
The listeners, if they listen, they know. It's okay. Man, he's so good. He's so good. He's so good.
He's gifted.
Yeah.
It's unfair.
I don't know. Barca look good. I mean, they still have problems. Like, I'm not
going
to sit here and act like they're a juggernaut. That I think Bayern is still probably the one that's scariest from an outside perspective. But like, damn, bro, this Barcelona, like the system that they play, their ability to get out and just fucking dissect teams with the elite precision, elite talent is insane. Lamine Yamal is a player that we just will never really see again. Like, we just won't. A player that has the trickery, we see all the time. We see young guys with a lot of, like, especially now, like, you've seen young guys who have talent, but also the bravery to go out and just ball, right?
Yep.
Not with this elite end product. Like you don't see a fucking winger with the lead end product anymore. Wingers suck nowadays.
Yeah.
There's no really world-class wingers that just like cut in and score like Robin or I don't know, are tricky and amazing like Franck Ribéry. But he is the best combination of like all the best wingers you've ever thought of. It's ridiculous.
Well, literally, like you invert the video of him dribbling and he looks exactly like Neymar.
Yeah.
Like it's almost not even like we haven't seen anything like him before, but he almost brings us back to 10 years ago watching Neymar come up and almost Messi like dribbling, carrying Barcelona through this. Like that is what we're seeing now with Lamine Yamal, when we thought so recently that we would never see anything like that again. And of course, there are a million different ways that can derail over the next decade or so. If he continues his partying, I don't know if he's got a decade plus in him. I don't know.
Yeah.
So it could be very much like a Ronaldinho-esque trajectory where in a couple of years, you know, he's not really doing it anymore. And we're reminiscing back on this time where he was the best player in the world as a teenager. Or he goes on and becomes the GOAT. I don't know. I don't know.
Time will tell, man.
But he right now is the best teenager we've ever seen.
Yeah.
100%.
Absolutely.
Okay. I believe that will pretty much do it for like the delving in at like.
Do you want
games.
to quickly go Tottenham just for like 2 seconds?
Oh yes. What do you think of Zerbi?
Honestly, I think the Zerbi is the right choice for what you're going through right now. The Zerbi, from all reports, seemed like he was the option after this season ends.
Yeah.
Which I don't know how good that is in general, but De Zerbi's a guy who took Brighton to a really good spot in their career, who obviously failed at Chelsea and it wasn't good, but
didn't go to Chelsea.
Didn't go to
You're
Chelsea.
thinking of Graham Potter.
I am thinking of Graham
Yes.
Potter.
And then he went to Marseille.
Marseille, sorry.
Yes,
Who went to
yes,
Marseille.
yes.
Obviously, that didn't go as planned as well. But he's a guy who knows the league. He's a guy who you would expect to keep them up. And he's a guy who I feel like at the end of the day will get the players fighting again, which is really, from a Tottenham perspective, all you need.
Yeah.
Is to get them in a dogfight, because it doesn't feel like they know they're in a dogfight right now.
It can go great under De Zerbi.
Yeah.
Do not get me wrong. There is a world where he does get them fighting. They do stay up. He does build a project and it ends up turning out great.
Yeah.
I think there is more possibility of this completely backfiring and us looking at this as one of the worst appointments in Premier League history. Because already there's a point of contention between De Zerbi and parts of the Tottenham fan base because of De Zerbi's history at Marseille, many times coming out and defending Mason Greenwood in the media. So I think there's some message from a Spurs supporters club saying like, we don't want him. #no to De Zerbi. And, you know, obviously from that perspective, like I think he is deplorable for doing that kind
I didn't
of
know
stuff,
that, to
for
be
carrying
fair.
that kind of messaging.
Yeah, I didn't
and,
know that, to be fair.
You know, that whole human side of it, obviously I feel a little bit hollow about. Like they just gave him a 5-year contract. So I feel like if they weren't as desperate, they would almost overlook De Zerbi as a candidate because they don't want to be attached to something like that. But they're just in such a desperate spot. And of course, at Marseille, at Brighton, things with De Zerbi blew up.
Yeah.
Like very, very dramatically. If the Tottenham players don't instantly respond to what De Zerbi is giving them, it will quickly turn sour. And the De Zerbi abuse will come to light.
Yeah.
And the players will almost down tools more than they are right now.
Fair.
So I'm still very 50-50
Sure.
on whether they'll stay
I just
up.
think I didn't know that side of it, so that's kind of crazy. But yeah, I feel like for their perspective, taking that away, which you can't, but taking it away, I feel like he'll get them up. And if they do sack another manager, like this perennial sacking of managers will actually financially destroy them, especially after the season.
They gave De Zerbi a 5-year contract. I am 100% certain that he does not make it to the end of that contract.
But the only reason why they gave him 5 years is because that's the only way he would come. That's the only way he'd come.
But does that not feel a little bit like
it's desperate?
He's a mercenary. He's only here for the money. Does he really want to bring the?
But I mean, like we're talking about a team that's like in their worst run of form ever, And it's not just about, he's like, you don't have the luxury to be like, you know what? He does want a lot of money. He's only coming here because
I know, but you talk about the fashion, the passion, the fire that he's going to bring to the team. But the players can turn around and look at this guy like, you didn't even.
Yeah, but the player, like, I mean, yeah, I think that's looking way too deep into it, bro. The context matters. If the players are talking about the manager making money right now, like, that's a whole different story. Then they shouldn't even be playing for Tottenham.
I think
they shouldn't be looking at that. All they should be doing is focusing on what he's telling them in the training ground and how to apply it on the pitch. That's the only thing that should be focused on.
That is the only thing they should be doing. But is it the only thing they will be doing?
Maybe.
I think it's two different conversations. And oftentimes the Spurs team, you want to assume the worst with these players.
If they do that, then whatever, bro. Then they deserve to go down.
They deserve to go down.
Yeah.
They deserve to go down. The club deserves to go down. With the way they've been treating their fans and the way that their players have not been respecting the badge, they deserve to go down.
Just like Italy deserved to not make the World Cup.
Well, hey.
Genuinely.
What was your reaction watching that? How happy were you?
I was smiling, especially after Poland lost. I was happy.
I was sad.
See, this is crazy, bro.
And I mean that, dude.
No, because I'm never gonna get on this. Oh, I'm sad that a giant doesn't make the World Cup. I don't get sympathy for any of my teams as an Arsenal fan, as a Leaf fan. The World Cup is
now objectively worse that Italy.
No, it's not. Objectively worse. Why? Because one team's not in it? No, it doesn't matter.
You're telling me Italy coming to Toronto playing Canada be
I don't care. Bro, I don't give a shit about any other team but Canada. I don't care about what Italy does. I don't care. Like, I care about what England does because there's a lot of English Arsenal players and I have always liked England. I care about what Portugal does because, like, I care, like, for your sake, I'd want them to do well. I care about France because my one-name Frenchness. Calafiori, bro. No, I don't care. I don't care. And I don't want to, I don't care.
But Jorginho, bro.
Shout out Jorginho, man. Good clip for us. Good clip.
Yeah. I see your perspective, the hater perspective.
Like, and it's just,
but
like, I'm all, with football, I'm always selfish. I go, okay, is anyone saying that Arsenal winning the league is bad for football? Yes. So why would I care that Italy, now you're going around saying Italy failing is bad for football, but Arsenal failing is good for football?
Like, I think Italy missing out on the World Cup is bad for football, in the same way that, like, Tottenham getting relegated is quote unquote bad for football.
Not bad for football. That's why these things are in place.
I think it's
you have to qualify. You have to stay up because that's why football's so great. That's why you have a lot more parity in football than like in other North American sports leagues, because there is that element of, if you aren't good enough, if your ownership does not take the actual product of the game seriously, you can go down. You can be relegated. You cannot make the World Cup. That's good. That's good for football. This is a wake-up call to Tottenham, to Italy, to any fucking team, to Schalke. We saw what happened with Schalke. I think they're on the up now. But we saw what happened with them. It's not bad for football, man. It's a sign of the times. Lock in. Sorry.
I think, you saw the thing about Baggio's dissertation, the 900-page.
I didn't know.
Oh, really? So in 2010, after Italy's failure in 2010 at that World Cup, right? Roberto Baggio was hired by the Italian Federation to dissect what the problem was with Italian football.
Okay.
And he wrote a 900-page dissertation on how to improve Italian football.
Okay.
It included less tactical strictness,
less Arteta ball. Gotcha.
Less Arteta ball. More emphasis on producing attacking talent.
Makes sense.
Obviously, more funding into clubs, better management of funds, of course, and a movement away from the defensive approach that has defined Italy for the past however many decades, right? Exactly the problems that have been defining Italy for these past 3 World Cup cycles where they have not made it.
Yeah.
Exactly the problems that we are talking about 16 years later. And they did not listen to Baggio, and now here we are. In 2014, they didn't make it out the group stage again. 2018, they don't make it. 2022, they don't make it. 2026, they don't make it. For the exact same issues over and over and over again, because they are so stale going forward that it hurts to watch. The league's financing is horrendous, and there are currently no Italian youngsters coming through that have even seen Italy playing a World Cup knockout game. It's depressing.
Yeah, man.
This like we are now entering the stage where the disappointment of Italy is now defining them as a nation almost more than the previous success. They're now almost known for this more as a sort of sleeping giant, more than they've ever been known as a successful team.
Yeah.
You know, it's like the Leafs. You know, back in the fucking 80s, the Leafs were looked at as, you know, powerhouses. You know, don't worry, they'll be back. But they're a historic team and, you know, will return to the mean soon. Now they're just known as that team that used to be good once upon a time.
Thanks for doing that.
I feel it too, man. I'm sorry. But I'm sorry. We shouldn't compare trauma. We shouldn't. But it's the same thing.
Yeah, I get you.
Torontonian Italians have been going through a lot of pain in hockey and in soccer.
Okay, fair.
But that's what they're known as now. They're known as the bottlers that don't make the World Cup.
Fair.
It's sad. They are on the same level of talent as Norway, even less so now.
Yeah. Fair. Well said.
So this shouldn't be surprising at
Fair.
all. Anyways.
Okay, now we can be done.
Okay, shall we move on now to our underperforming 11?
Yeah.
You have kept yours Premier League.
I've kept mine Premier League. Well, besides one player, but I might change it
That's
anyway.
fine.
But
That's
yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
I don't blame you for it.
Yeah.
Do we want to start goalkeeper and then
Yeah, sure.
go? Okay.
But if we
Can I guess who you have?
Yeah, okay. You guess before
Your goalkeeper is between two players.
Okay, go.
It's either James Trafford
Uh-huh.
or it's your boy Emi Martinez.
It's neither.
Really?
Yeah, it's neither.
Who's your goalkeeper?
It's Nick Pope. I think Nick Pope is the obvious choice here. Nick Pope, the perennial starter for Newcastle, got dropped by Aaron Ramsdale, who you think is fucking terrible. But was obviously there was an injury involved in that, has gotten dropped, hasn't been able to take the reins back. And now there's thoughts, like obviously Nick Pope is old. He's older now. But now there's thoughts of him like not even being like Newcastle's goalie next year. And I never thought that would have been the case going into the season.
Fair enough.
So Nick Pope's my guy.
I guess I haven't really thought of that one. I guess it was injuries that put Ramsdale in the first place, but Nick Pope is now healthy. Am I right?
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Okay, so fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. And he didn't get called up for England, is that right?
No, bro. They took
Jason
Steele,
over
bro. That's what I'm saying.
Interesting.
Man. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. My goalkeeper is very much out of left field.
It's gonna be some guy I had no idea who he is.
No, you know who he is. I put Jan Oblak.
Oh,
Jan Oblak, I believe, has silently turned from being regarded as one of the best goalkeepers in the world, and perhaps he's still up there. But now I've seen some talks about Atletico Madrid getting a replacement in, because I think Juan Musso, the former backup, now he's playing, he's cementing his spot in the team. He's putting on performances that are way kind of beyond his pay grade, what anyone expected. And now there are more talks about, is it time for Jan Oblak to move on? And I think it hasn't really been getting that much attention, but he's how old now? Like, I'm not
pushing 30, like mid 30s. I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, I should look that up, but like there's talk now about Jan Oblak leaving Atletico Madrid this summer, and honestly, it would not surprise me. He was born in 1993. You can do the math. He's 33.
Yeah,
this should be prime goalkeeper years, but now they're talking about Jan Oblak as if they're ready to let him go, as if he's 40 years old. And yeah, I see it. Like, I think it was it 2020, 2021 where they won La Liga? He was by far and away, like the data said it. He was the best goalkeeper in the world that season, and was a massive reason why they kept so many clean sheets. They were an absolute wall defensively, and they went on to win La Liga. But now he's letting in some easier goals that you wouldn't have expected from Jan Oblak a couple more years ago. And now there's some talk about Juan Musso coming in, becoming the number one from next season onwards, and him being moved on. So he's been underperforming this year.
Sure did. I like it.
Okay. Who's your right back?
Okay. I want to shout out early season Trent. He's kind of like gone in the team more now, so it's kind of hard to say. And I'm not watching him week in, week out. Let's be honest here, boys. But I'm going double Newcastle. Those are my only two Newcastle players. I'm going Trippier because from a guy who was a set piece threat, just solid. Again, an England staple is now old. Same thing with Pope. Old. I think he got called up, but not exciting.
And he's leaving Newcastle now.
And he's leaving Newcastle. And it's just not been the season that Newcastle would have wanted. And I think a lot of that is due to underperformances from people like Nick Pope and like Kieran Trippier, who you would have like seen them as established people in this team. It's not been a good season for Newcastle, and yeah.
Very fair. I put Trent because I feel like he was injured for a little bit, but I feel like the perception of Trent from Real Madrid fans has been very cold this year. He made another defensive blunder against Mallorca this past weekend. I just feel like he's very much kind of in the headlines for the wrong reasons. Hasn't been hitting the ground like we'd expect. So I feel like that's a valid one. The other one I had down for right back is Denzel Dumfries because I feel like I should put an injured player in here.
Sure.
So
fine with me.
Yeah.
Very ass. Okay, I'm going to do both center backs, and it's both Dutch center backs. Let's start with Van. De Ven and Dijk. Van de Ven, first of all, you could put Christian Romero in here too, but I don't know.
Put any Spurs player.
Yeah, I just think like the Spurs back line has been a joke. I think Romero's like lost any credibility as a top center back. And same with Van de Ven. And with Van Dijk, the thing is like I think he's just getting old. You said it. I think he's getting old, and I think his time as one of the best center backs in the world. His longevity was great. He's 34 now. 34, 33. He's old now. And he's still holding his own to an extent, but the time for him being regarded as one of the best in the world is gone. It's over.
And Van de Ven?
Van de Ven, same thing with Romero. Like I honestly
touch overrated maybe.
Van de Ven?
Yeah.
I think Van de Ven was like a bit of a pace merchant. Everyone saw how fast he was. He had like that one clip of like out racing Sun or something, and everyone's like, holy shit, Van de Ven. But like, yeah, the red card against Crystal Palace was really bad. And then they haven't obviously won since that. So, yeah.
I got a little cheeky with Van de Ven. He has played a little bit of left back this season, so I put him as my left back.
Oh, fair.
But
okay, fair.
I could say someone else when we get there.
Okay, fair.
Because I have multiple options.
Okay, fair.
We'll get there when we get there.
Yeah.
But my two center backs was Bastoni, because for Inter he's been disappointing.
For Italy he's been disappointing. They're calling for him not to be on the team.
I know.
Ball knowledge. I've been seeing that.
There you go. And it was between Ibrahim Konate for my other center back or Ilya Zabarny. Because I've been hearing from Antoine that Ilya Zabarny has been very disappointing this year.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's gotten better in recent weeks, but
I feel like one of the two had to, like Zabarny or Huijsen, one of the two had to sink or swim. And I get that Huijsen has had his issues, but I feel like overall he's been a good signing for Real Madrid.
I'll go with Konate.
Okay.
I feel like Konate's been more the headlines.
Sure.
Like I think it was against Galatasaray in the second leg. Was it? Maybe in the first leg, where he just made an absolute fool of himself. And it was very funny. It's very funny. Anyways.
You want to guess my left back?
Luke Shaw? I don't know.
No, this one, you can guess my left back. You can guess it. This one's a bit of a homer pick.
It's a homer pick? Is it Miles Lewis Skelly?
Yeah.
That was my other one. For
Is it your other one?
Yeah.
No, it has to be, bro. Like, it just has to be. This is like not even just a homer pick. I mean, it's underperforming, so it's not a good homer pick.
What has happened to Miles Lewis Skelly?
Bro, I don't know. His bravery, like God, is not there anymore, I guess. Miles Lewis Skelly has suffered from obviously not playing as much as last year, but also just suffered from a system change. Arsenal don't really do the inverted left back thing anymore. They kind of don't. Like they don't have, like they do shift into a bit of more of a central position for the fullbacks, but they're not doing the whole left back into center mid and then that leave space for whatever. That doesn't really happen anymore. So his role has changed and his defensive awareness has not gotten better. His darting runs through the midfield aren't as often seen. And when he does, it looks like he's indecisive. Yeah. I feel like he's just a lack of confidence in himself and a lack of a system that really highlights his strengths anymore. He should just be a midfielder full time. Yeah.
And that's why I don't love the links to Man United.
Fair.
Because I'm seeing him linked to United. I'm a little bit worried. I don't know if that's the guy that I want there.
Fair.
We very much need a left back, but I don't know if a flailing, young, inverted left back is who we want there.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's move on to our first midfielder. Who do you have?
You want to guess or you want me to just go?
Gravenberch, McAllister?
No.
Ugarte?
No. I have Rodri.
Yeah, should have guessed that.
I have Rodri.
He's injured for a very long time.
Yeah, it's just a hater pick, but
it's a very much hater pick. I respect it though.
I don't know. I still feel like I don't know. I feel like we're never going to see what Rodri was to them when they won the treble. But anyway.
Yeah, I mean, that's what happens after an ACL tear or whatever it was, ACL.
It doesn't always happen, though. People come back from
Achilles.
ACLs, and he, I don't think, has. And that's not an indictment really on him as
He's
a
also
player.
been better in recent weeks.
Fair.
He
City
was
looked
good
good.
against Arsenal. He was good against Liverpool.
Fair.
So there you go. Mine one was Carlos Baleba. Again.
I have him too. But
Oh, you have him as well?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. I put him in the CDM position. I think that makes the most sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, kind of fallen into the background a little bit. He's been like not even starting for Brighton.
it's crazy. Well, now I feel like there's reports that the 100 million that they wanted initially in the summer is now like 50 or 60.
Is it 50? Damn.
I don't know if that's like how accurate that is, but it's definitely lowered,
Yeah.
obviously.
For AFCON, he was for Cameroon at AFCON, he was really, really good. You would have thought that he was going to bring that form back to the Prem. Again, I think it's a selection thing as well, but he hasn't really brought that.
Didn't happen, eh?
No, did not happen.
Okay.
Did not happen. So you had Baleba as your second.
Yeah,
midfielder.
so I'll go to my third. You can say two, but my third is Palmer, man. Like,
I had a feeling you'd have Palmer in there.
like just
Have to say, very surprised you don't have Verts. Very surprised.
oh yeah. He's but see
I feel like
but no, I didn't. I expected him to not do that well.
So I for my third midfielder, I had Palmer or Verts.
Mm.
So I'll go with the one that you didn't go with.
okay.
I'll go with Florian Verts. I feel like you could put almost any Liverpool midfielder in here. You could put Gravenberch in there.
Besides,
You could put
Strasbourg,
Alexis
yeah.
McAllister in there. Alexis
Yeah, he
McAllister
fell
has
off,
been a
man.
shadow,
Yeah, he fell
shell
off.
of his former self. Forgot he existed this season.
I know, man.
He's been irrelevant. Yeah, you could say that for Endo. You could say that for fucking any of their midfielders.
Yeah, fair.
Any one of them. My third, or I guess my last midfielder here, very much out of left field. Very much out of left field. I went for Joe Bellingham.
Okay.
Joe Bellingham.
He's not cooking at Dortmund right
He's
now?
not cooking at Dortmund. I
Okay.
mean, he barely starts for Dortmund. Remember at the Club World Cup, we were all hyping up, what's Joe Bellingham going to bring to
Mhm.
Dortmund's Club World Cup chances? Oh my God, he's going to revolutionize them just like his brother Jude did. And that hasn't been happening whatsoever. And he's had some very, very, very turbulent performances, some pretty poor ones, some big games. I remember that Bayern, I think it was an own goal or that mistake that led to a goal. And just has not been making an imprint like we'd expect.
Fair.
Obviously, he's a youngster. Give him some time, of course. But I just think with the hype that was around him, we haven't seen anything from Joe Bellingham.
Yeah, fair.
So I'm kind of surprised in that sense.
fair.
Yeah. Another one I was thinking of was Camavinga.
Yeah, true.
Camavinga's been at Real Madrid for 5 years. And he's only 24.
That's crazy.
But we've been talking about Camavinga as much as like we almost ignore when he kind of doesn't have a good game because
Yeah.
it's like, oh, he's young, he'll come good. You know, down the line he'll be part of the starting 11, but not yet.
Yeah,
But he has not ever kind of set his place in stone.
fair.
So yeah. Anyways, moving on to the front three. Do you want to go left wing first?
Sure. Foden for me.
Oh, valid.
Because like I don't know, you can probably see a theme and guess who my right winger is. But like, oh my god, what happened to these English lads, dude?
Yeah.
And I get it, Foden's been hurt again this season, but it's just weird to see the specialness that we saw from a lot of these players just zapped out of all of them.
I guess so. But I mean, Foden had that brilliant assist for Eze for England earlier in the year. Remember that?
Such a dick.
And
such a
I
dick.
feel like he's carried a lot of that form into.
That was genuinely like
into
that
the mix.
actually might have been the craziest thing I've ever seen on a football pitch, bro. Like, no way. The announcer or the commentator like had to be racist. Like that's the only thing I could think about. Like I just don't understand.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Can you guess who I put here at left wing?
at left wing.
Come on. Who do I hate?
Oh, Rashford. Oh, Garnacho.
There you go. I put Alejandro Garnacho. Once again, an
Yeah.
embarrassment.
Yeah.
So many leaks coming out about him during the international break about how he leaks team news, how he's not getting along with Rosenior, how he's causing issues in the dressing room, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
We've addressed the leak.
I have
and he
played.
knows.
I have played this game before.
Yeah, fair.
The other one I had here was Cody Gakpo because he's been pants this year.
Gakpo.
Liverpool fans hate him.
Yeah, fair.
Right wing. I know you're going to say Mo Salah.
I'm not. It's fucking Saka, bro.
Whoa,
Bro, nah, I'm
Really?
I'm so disappointed in Bukayo Saka this
Wow.
entire season. It's not been good
Really?
enough. Obviously, didn't play against Southampton, but he hasn't done anything special this season. He hasn't.
No.
His last goal was a
been
deflection.
horrendous.
Like and I know he's been hurt as well, but he hasn't done anything special. He hasn't.
Yeah.
And for a guy who's supposed to be the best player on this team, he's supposed to carry this team when he needs to. He's the guy who's going to get you assists and goals and be impactful without even having to get GA. Yeah. But he's done none of that this season. And after signing the new contract, I love him to death. He single-handedly has brought life back into this team on the playing pitch. This season has been a shell of his former self, and it's sad to watch.
I mean, I said this a couple of weeks ago. I'll say it again. You guys will be very fortunate to win a league title despite like your superstar talisman guy being a shell of himself. I feel like that never happens.
Yeah.
In the Premier League, right?
Yeah.
That never
so
happens.
I didn't say Salah, bro.
Wow. I thought for sure you'd say Salah. I actually put Saka on my list because I thought for sure you're going to say Salah.
Oh, man.
But now I guess I'll say Salah.
Yeah.
Because he's been horrendous this year. I saw someone say, I saw someone post a picture of the ratings of every Game of Thrones season.
I saw this too.
Where it's like so peak, and then absolute ass.
Yeah.
And that is Mo Salah's career at Liverpool.
Yeah.
Like the drop off from last year to this year has been crazy. I guess like maybe he was underratedly a little disappointing towards the end of last season, but this year has just been a complete fall off.
Yeah.
Complete fall off. I'm
Agreed.
shocked at it.
Me too.
So there's really nothing else to say. Everybody knows how bad Mo Salah has been. It is past the time that he should be leaving Liverpool, and it'll be fucking good riddance, I believe. Not to diminish his,
it's
impact on that team over the past, 8 years, but it's time to go. It's time to go. Who is your striker? I have lots of options here.
I went for Nick Voltemade.
Whoa.
Simply because he came in so hot, so extremely hot. And then again, it feels like the turn of the Newcastle team sort of reflected his play. He stopped getting started. He couldn't get in the squad. And then all of a sudden, Newcastle are like 10th place and have like 12th place. Sorry, Jesus. And have no real credence in this Premier League season anymore. And I think Nick Voltemade has a lot of talent, but they expected so much of him, and I expected a lot of him considering how he started. And ever since then, it's been hard. He's been playing at the 10 sometimes. He's not even playing at striker. It's weird for him right now. So he's my pick.
Damn.
Might be a little harsh, but
so I guess when you consider the price tag as well, like you just have to put him there. 90 million is a joke for a guy that's not even starting. I think that's Eddie Howe as well, like not being able to use him in the proper way.
Yeah, probably.
So maybe we'll see a resurgence in his career. I am shocked to death, Blake, that you did not say Alexander Isak.
Bro, he's been hurt. What am I supposed to say, bro?
Well, I mean, when he was on the pitch,
he was garbage too.
Terrible.
Yeah. That's a good one too.
I have a few others.
Isak's a good one. I like that.
The lap, you could say.
Yeah, but I knew that was coming. I said João Pedro would be better. I knew it. Sorry.
My one that I'll say to be different, I'm going to say Gonzalo Garcia. Because obviously there's the hype at the Club World Cup. And we felt so bad for him because we knew that once all the starters are there, Gonzalo Garcia is barely going to get a sniff.
Yeah.
But maybe under Xabi Alonso, he can get some chances, and maybe if they want to play two strikers, then it could work. But since Xabi Alonso has left Madrid, Gonzalo Garcia has not gone a sniff. Arbeloa hates this dude, and he prefers to play Brahim Diaz as sort of like a second striker to an Mbappe or a Vinny.
Yeah.
And I would have thought that among these injuries, you would have seen him get more minutes, but just that has not been the case whatsoever. So I feel bad for Gonzalo Garcia. I still think he's an excellent striker. We saw him score that perfect hat trick earlier in the season.
Yeah.
But that was right before Xabi Alonso got sacked. And ever since Arbeloa came in, it has been zero chance. Zero chance. He's been treating Gonzalo Garcia like absolute trash. But you just have to say, Gonzalo Garcia has been disappointing this year. So that's my striker.
Damn.
So one more time to recap. My underperforming 11 for this season. In goal, I have Jan Oblak because Juan Musso has been so good and he might leave soon. Right back, I have Trent. Center backs are Bastoni and Konate. My left back, I'll say, is Mickey van der Ven. My midfielders are Carlos Baleba, who has fallen off a cliff this year, Joe Bellingham, who I've not heard a peep out of, and Florian Wirtz as my third midfielder. My left winger is Alejandro Garnacho. What a joke he is. My right winger is Mo Salah, because obviously, and my striker is Gonzalo Garcia.
Mine, and I'm going to say this first. think of this like 2 years ago, besides Voltamata, and could probably be like a team of the season team. In goal, I have Nick Pope. Right back, I have Kieran Trippier. My 2 center backs are Van de Ven and Van Dijk. I have Miles with Skelly at left back, falling off a cliff. Baleba, Cole Palmer, and Rodri are my 3 midfielders who have underperformed this season in the Premier League. And my front 3 is Phil Foden, Bukayo Saka, and Nick Voltamata. And you look at that team and you're like, damn, a couple years ago, that's like the best team in the entire league. Performance-wise.
Yeah.
It's crazy, bro.
It is. Damn, dude. Okay. And that will do it. Out of all the players in your team, Blake, who do you think is going to save themselves the most? Who do you see getting back to form?
I think Saka has a big goal in him.
Oh, don't be biased now.
No, I'm not. I have to fight for my boy. I think he's going to score a huge goal. Like in the semifinals of the Champions League or something.
All right. Cool. So I thought we weren't going to be delusional in this episode, but anyways.
Okay.
Anyways, we'll end it that way, I guess.
Saka scoring a goal in the semifinal of a Champions League when we're 1 round away from it. Just so delusional.
All those players to revive themselves?
Yes.
Okay.
It's Saka. He's 23, 24, bro. He's good.
Okay. That'll do it for this episode, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in. This has been another episode of the 6 Yard Box Podcast. If you're listening on YouTube, be sure to like, subscribe, do all those YouTube things. If you're listening on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcast, give us a little 5-star rating and give us who you would put in your underperforming 11 for this season. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, this has been myself, Julian, and Blake, and we will see you all in a few days.
We out.
See ya.